Good afternoon. I'm back again. All right. Here we go. Hey, what's up, Oxnell? How are you? Stux, good to see you guys again. Good afternoon. We're back at it. Hope you guys are having a good week. Stefan. Oh, I forgot, Stefan, I forgot to comment on your new profile picture, by the way. I like your clippy profile picture. Did you finally understand the OID system? Yeah, I mean, I understand that you're trying to solve a problem of verifying who people are. However, that's forever a problem, right? Like establishing identity on the interwebs, right? So, yeah. I guess I'm not surprised that people you're pitching it to don't respond super positively, because it's kind of an age-old problem, and so they're probably skeptical that some random guy on the internet has come up with a foolproof way to solve it. But if you believe in it, I think you should go build that system and sell it to people. Keyshawn, don't you use Task Manager? Sometimes when I just want to see kind of like an ongoing display of stuff, I use Bottom in my terminal like this. But if I actually need to like kill a task or something, then I use Task Manager. Oxnell, I'm doing good. Just finished my craziest day of the week. What makes today your craziest day of the week? Stefan, it's cause of Louis Rossmann Clippy movement. Who is Louis Rossmann? Louis Rossmann? He's an American independent electronics technician. This who you're talking about? So there's some sort of movement around him? He's a consumer rights activist. So is like is he kind of like a right to repair person? In August 2025, Rossmann uploaded a video encouraging internet users to change their profile pictures to an image of Clippy as a form of silent protest against unethical conduct by technology companies. Huh. So what's interesting is you're the first person who I've seen has their profile picture changed. That random guy on the internet could be not random anymore. Well, yeah, I mean, but you've got to actually go do the work, man. Like, it's one thing to put a bunch of words on a piece of paper, but like you've got to actually go build that thing and sell it to people and prove that it actually solves the problem. Yeah, he fights for open source and right to repair and own. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm just surprised I haven't seen other people with their profile picture changed. Hello, Matt. How are you? Good to see you, man. It's so rare to see somebody whose YouTube profile actually has a picture of a human being in it. So, that's cool, Matt. I respect it. I mean, obviously we know why Stefan has a clip in his, but you know. One of our client escalated an issue, and somehow I find myself defending his employees from him. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty crazy day. I hate when issues get escalated. It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. Absolute worst. There are many people with Clippy as profile picture. Really? This is not. Let me go look at Blue Sky real quick. I'm gonna troll through Blue Sky. Blue Sky. This is the social network I'm on the most. Yeah, like none of these people. Like, is this a particular subsection of the internet that is all about Clippy? Yeah, I don't know. If it's a lot of people, it must be not in my algorithm. Lewis Rossman, curse words go burr. Arvin, why don't you like Louis Rossman? What's your beef with him? It sounds like, I mean, the stuff he advocates for sounds like a good idea. You know what I mean? Like, I would agree if you buy something, you should probably be able to repair it, especially if it's sufficiently complex, or not sufficiently complex, but sufficiently expensive, right? If you buy something for a couple $1,000 and the only viable solution if it breaks is to just buy a whole new thing, that seems a little excessive. That's one of the reasons why the framework laptops kind of have caught my eye. I haven't bought one yet, but I think that will be the next laptop I buy is a framework computer. He also made a social media platform on which you follow the creator and not their social media profile. That's cool. So what do you mean you follow the creator, not their? What does that mean? There you can access all his content, not just per platform. I believe it's called Gayj or something like that. Very cool. So that to me, that's kind of that idea of a Fediverse, right? That I would love that. That's actually why I like Blue Sky because it's built on something called the app protocol. So which kind of has a similar idea where it should be kind of a distributed network, and you should be able to really build any client to get that data via that protocol. Um, but yeah, having something like the Fediverse would be awesome. What'd you call it? Gayj? Hold on. Louis Rossman. Gayj? Follow creators, not platform. This is cool. So is this free? Let's see. Add your favorite sources. Add different sources from different services. Create an environment where you watch only things you like. Huh. So like I could make my Gayj and put like my YouTube, my Blue Sky, I guess anything like that on there. That's pretty cool. Although it would be nice if it worked. Like again, it's like it'd be nice if I wasn't locked into Gayj though, right? Like I would hope anybody could build a client to access this. Here we go. Polycentric protocol, a distributed text-based social network centered around community. Huh. I'm gonna have to try this out. This is cool, Stefan. Thanks for recommending this to me. I think this is very cool. Arvin, I don't have beef with him, and I like him, but he used curse words like "fuck" a lot. Oh, well then I'll like him because I curse way too much as well. So I'm all for the curse words going burr. Richard, bro, what's up with that window thing? What window thing? Richard, I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. Is it Microsoft sponsored? Which one? I don't know what you're talking about. Stux, I'm building the OID system right now, and it seems it is going to be really lightweight to host as a provider because for the most part it's offloaded to the client and not done on the server. Well, Stux, again, I think that's wonderful. I'm really excited that you're excited about the OID system. So go build it. Come back to us when you got some users actually using it, and let us know how it goes. Stefan, you should take a look at his videos. He's a smart man. Yeah, for sure. I'll subscribe to him. I mean, if he says fuck a lot, he's got my vote. Subscribe. Wow, he has 2.34 million subscribers. That's nuts. Call me Frey. Do you think ChatGPT and other training... Making this a little bigger. I realize I haven't actually used Writer before on stream. This is the first time I've used it on stream. I did get this app though working completely. It works start to finish all the way through. So we're at the point now where I can put together, I think, a pipeline to build and publish it. Also, which way should I lean? My dog might be moving around in the background. Let's see if I can get it to focus on him. He likes to look out the window. Do you think ChatGPT and other training are code like in Git? Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, they're for sure. I mean, yeah. GitHub is for sure using public repositories to train Copilot. I don't know about Kaggle. I don't know anything about Kaggle. Sir Rob, Dave, your face should be at the bottom and screen on the top. Well, looky here. Watch this, Sir Rob. 1, 2, 3. Switcheroo. So yeah, I can switch it around if you guys prefer. I know people have said like the chat, when you open the chat on mobile, it kind of it will block out some of the code on the bottom. So yeah, happy to do that. Oh, here's Sly. There's Clippy. Yeah. I've been using ChatBGT to generate the code for the app I want. I need to learn to stitch it all together without crashing. Yeah, well, Sly, I'm glad you got the code generated. Yeah, but you gotta actually put it all together, make it useful. I mean, it should be all of us, to be honest. Oh, you mean like we should all change our things to a clip? Yeah, I'm not sold on that. Like, I'm all for right to repair, but I don't think I need to necessarily change my profile picture to a clip. Let's see if Linus has changed his. Linus Tech Tips. Let's see if he changed his to Clippy. Yeah, Linus Tech Tip is not changed his to
Did you know that on Facebook
a clip.
And Twitter,
And that guy's all about right to repair. Sarab Dev, yeah, that's blocking the code, right? Yeah. So yeah, I'll be happy to move my face around when you need me to, or the best I can. Right now, there's no code on the screen, so don't think it matters. Sly, are you aware of the movement? Like the right to repair movement, Sly, or the Clippy movement? Sly, it's not just about right to repair. Oh, I just read his Wikipedia. That's I didn't even know about this guy until this afternoon. So, no, I do not. But it sounds like it's a really positive thing. It sounds like it's kind of anti negative practices. Like how do I put this? How do I put this as simple as we go, Jim? Big tech do bad things. Big tech do bad things. No like. Eric, how much do you make from this channel? I make $0. $0 from this YouTube channel. I have a day job. Full day. I'm a 32-year-old dad of 2 with a 40+ hour a week day job. I just make content because making content's fun. Steven, you should really take a look at his Clippy video first, then comment. Okay. 7. This is a good idea. I should watch the video. I'm just saying, like, based on that small little wiki note, it sounds like he's doing good stuff. Butterscotch. Sup? Hey, Butterscotch. How are you? Ankeek? Ankeet. Or Ankeet. Can't remember how the proper way to say that is, but I'm going to say Ankeet. What you making today, bro? So I think I'm actually going to work on a GitHub Actions workflow because I got this app working. So let's see. Studio. Let's see. I'll show you it working. At least from start to finish. Okay, so the idea here is we're going to download one of my live streams. So you can see right here. We're downloading one of my live streams. And then we're going to use this app I made to chop it up into shorts content. So we'll let that download. It might take a minute. It's a couple hour long stream. But once it downloads, then we'll do .NET and we'll run it. And then it should work. But I want to get this like published into like a single file executable, right? So it's basically just a .exe file. And that's probably what I'll do today. We'll wait till that thing finishes downloading. But it's actually, I mean, it's really not that complicated of a thing. It was more like me playing with Legos than really trying to do anything that groundbreaking. So the first thing we do is make this a little bigger. The first thing we do is we basically get the user has to pass us the path to a file that they want to read or that they want to turn into shorts contents or chunk up, turn into clips. We extract the audio from that. Then we transcribe the audio. We extract it and we also chunk up the audio. And then we transcribe that audio into smaller segments. Then we write out that transcription. Then we analyze the transcript, which basically means we send the transcript to an LLM and we say, hey, are there any parts in this video transcript that would make for engaging content? Then we actually write out that analysis. That way we can see what the LLM thought. And then we just write out each clip that the LLM suggested as potential candidates. Hey, thanks, Sarav. Appreciate you subscribing, man. Very kind. And then, yeah. So that's the long and short of it. So let's actually run this now. Oh, goodness. Okay, so we do .NET. And then we'll do... Hopefully this works. This stream that I'm extracting the audio from is like 2 hours and 40 minutes. So we'll see if anything breaks. Okay, it's about standing against companies creating AIs or systems that take advantage of users. Like if someone deletes a photo, the AI can tell they're upset, so it tries to sell them things. Yeah, that seems like big tech do bad things. And keep cool. So for downloading, how you connected with GitHub Actions, or I heard wrong. So what I mean is I'm going to define a GitHub Actions workflow that basically builds my app and publishes it just as a exe that people can download, or at least that I can download and install in my path. Why? Does it just chop it up randomly, or does it chop the part with meaning content. So it chops it just arbitrarily chops the video into 2-minute segments so that the audio is small enough for Whisper to transcribe it. Then I stitch I chop it down, I transcribe it in segments, then I put the transcription back together into a complete transcription, and then I send that to an LLM. And then the LLM sends back like structured JSON that says, you should look at this clip that has this start time and this end time. And then I create the clip based on those start and end times. It is not RAG. It is not RAG. Is it PowerShell? Yes, this is PowerShell. This is just a terminal inside Writer. But yeah, this is PowerShell. So you can kind of see it takes a little while to do the audio transcription. We have to retrieve the Whisper model. Now we actually have to transcribe the segments. And this is a 2-hour-long video, so this probably will take a little while. What LLM are you using? I'm just using Gemini at the moment. But we could also do it with Claude. We could also do it with OpenAI. I tried to do it with Ollama because I thought, man, this would be cool if we could do this all locally. Because the Whisper, the transcription is happening locally. But when I tried to use a local model through Ollama, it wasn't going to be feasible for me. I don't have like dedicated graphics or like dedicated hardware to run a local model. So that's why I'm just using Gemini's AI. Try local LLM. Yeah, no, I would love it to be all local. It takes way too long to run the inference, and the results were also very poor but I'm guessing a lot of that has to do with the fact that I wasn't using very big models, and I don't have dedicated hardware to run larger models that would give me better quality results but still be performant. But we could definitely implement like because the way I implement it in the code is like my program depends on an analyzer interface. So we could definitely implement an analyzer for Gemini, for Anthropic, for Ollama, right? And then people, you could, if you have dedicated hardware, you could just configure the app to use Ollama. Somebody actually forked this. I was looking at it earlier. Somebody actually forked. Excuse me, I didn't mean to burp into the mic. I was looking at this earlier today. Somebody forked this and is already building like a web UI out of it. Let me see if I can find it. They're way more productive than I am. They've got like right here, this guy, Kevin Moens. He forked it and he already has a web UI and a WinForms app that he's already kind of hacked together. So if you're interested in looking at his code, he's actually putting a GUI on it, which I'm going to put a GUI on mine eventually. I was just going to do a Blazor app, but it looks like he's already putting together a WinForm app to use it with Ollama. Which is pretty cool. Looks like I like his test videos, preseason kickoff Packers game. Yeah, he's right. This probably shouldn't be hard coded. This probably should be something that comes from settings. Oh, it looks like he's actually adding support for ChatGPT, Gemini, and Ollama. See, he basically did what I said you could do, right? So he implemented the Ollama analyzer. Yeah, he's way more productive than I am. Guitar James, are you on Linux? No, I'm on Windows. Are you using C#? I am using C#. Yep. Drixam Shashivi. I don't even know how to say your name. I'm so sorry. What's up? What's up is we're on lunch break. I'm on my lunch break and we're just streaming. What is an Olama analyzer? Oh, well that's what I was trying to explain. In my code, I basically defined an interface for doing the analysis. So if you go to right here, it's Transcript Analyzer. It's just an interface that you can depend on, and then as long as you implement that interface, and I think that's what that guy did, where he basically just said, okay, the Olama analyzer implements the iTranscript analyzer, and then he did the concrete implementation of how he wanted Olama to do the analysis. But it's not like a specific thing, right? It's a domain specific thing. Quantum Fox, what is this? Quantum Fox, this is a stream where we do some coding, we do some chatting, we do some coffee drinking. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's hopefully this works. Tired of cool project. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's definitely saving me time. That's for sure. Stefan's so hyped for Ladybird. Yeah, Ladybird looks very cool. So they're building a new browser, right? I think they said it's supposed to come out like in 2028 or 2027 or something like that. So we've got a ways to go. Quantum Fox, I don't like coffee, lol, but I do have tea. Well, tea will work. Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll change it. Maybe we should change the stream to caffeine code in chat, or code caffeine in chat, or something like that. Butterscotch, you should add license to your repos. Someone else will make money forking your project. Well, I do have a license on there. It's a GLP3 license, I think is what I put this. I usually just use the MIT one, but I figured that this would probably be something that somebody would like to commercialize because I could see it being useful. So I did a GPL3 license, which basically just means people can commercialize this and do things with it, but they can't sell a closed source version of it, basically. Not that I would, not though. The thing is though, even if I put a license on here, like, I don't have money to get a lawyer and enforce this, right? So the minute I made this code public, right, it was perfectly fine for somebody to go out there and do stuff with it. YYD, I'm a TypeScript dev and I'm thinking about switching to C#. Yeah, C#'s great. If you're coming from TypeScript, you'll be right at home. C# and TypeScript are wonderful. I'm not gonna say that, Raj, because I don't know what that is. What is Ladybird? Ladybird is basically he's actually the guy who's in charge of it or running it is a YouTuber, or at least he has a YouTube channel. But basically they're making their own browser from scratch, right? So this won't be based on Chromium or any existing browser technology. And it says, look, the alpha release for early adopters in 2026. So I know a lot of people are excited about this because building a browser is very complex and nobody wants to do it, and these guys are doing it. Okay, look, so it ran successfully. So now, if I do explore bin, let's see, bin, if I open this guy up, so we should have this folder now. And I just came up with a random folder convention for this. But if we go in here, so these are the clips. So these would be potential clips that I could post. It doesn't mean they're all going to be posted, but just potentially, right? It's kind of like having my own little editor, right? Somebody is like, hey, can you go through this video and see if you can extract anything I said that was useful? And then I do put the analysis in here. So if I open this up, then you'll see my analysis basically gives me a title. It gives me a description. It also puts in an explanation from the LLM, like why did you pick this segment? And then it gives the start and the end time. Now I just need to do the GitHub Actions to actually make it. I thought I was writing out I could have sworn I was writing out the transcript. Am I not writing that out? Yeah, why didn't this... It doesn't look like it wrote out the transcript. Oh, it did. It just didn't put it in that directory. Sorry. We got too many windows going on right here. Also, I hear my phone going off. Sorry. I'm catching up now. What stack are you in? Usually I work in C#, .NET, or TypeScript. Those probably the most often. How do you know what that is, bro? I'm shocked. How do you know what that is, man? Crazy. Well, you just know what this is because you learn how to code, right? If it's not based on Chromium, will it support JavaScript APIs? I don't know anything about the implementation details. I just know they're doing it. I'm like, Stefan is very excited about it, and I'm more of like, I know it's there, but I'm not going to get excited until there's actually a version of it I can use. Avish, which app are you using for streaming and recording? I'm using OBS. Yeah, just OBS. It's free, and it works great. Jimmy, is that a Windows? Yes, I'm on Windows. This editor that I have on screen, though, is Rider, which is made by JetBrains. See, Raj. So what the point? Does it have AI features? What do you mean, what's the point of Ladybird? I mean, the point of Ladybird is just to have a browser that is dependent on an engine other than Chromium, right? It's kind of like, I guess the benefit is like you're not beholden to one piece of technology. Yeah, like Stefan said, like your Firefox collects user data, Chromium obviously is Chromium, and what Steven said. So it's like an open source competitor, right? Which is always good. Competition is good. Who actually respects user privacy? Nobody respects user privacy, Stefan. Ace MMA. Hi, Steven. Azim, this side. Remember? I think I remember you, but I don't remember Ace MMA. I do remember somebody in my chat named Azim. All right, let's see if we can... well, actually, we need to fix a bug. I just realized I have a bug in this. Yeah, so here's the transcription that is outputted. But you can see, like, it makes errors, right? It does make errors, like right here, for example. I'm guaranteeing I didn't say I'm not going to do that like 10 times over. or like here, there seems to be some duplicated text here. But in any event, this is accurate enough that I can figure out what clips to make from it. But I need to put this transcription in this output folder. So I need to fix that. I'm doing the transcription locally, and so I'm using the smallest Whisper model you can use, just for speed. But that also means then it's the least accurate. So you can't, you know, trade-offs, right? Trade-offs. Everything's a trade-off. Okay, so where do I save the transcription? I save the transcription here. So I basically need to move my output directory logic. I need to move this up. I need to move this up here somewhere. Dude, that's loud. Okay, I think that fixes that. What is a Whisper model? So Whisper, so if you're familiar with OpenAI, so OpenAI, this actually is a model they built this and released this a long time ago. But OpenAI has a speech to text model called Whisper. Yeah, it looks like I guess they introduced this in 2022. So this basically does speech to text, where it will take audio and it will transcribe it to a text output. This is something you can use through OpenAI's API. So they have a hosted version of this. Excuse me. However, they also open source this model. So you can use Whisper, you can use this machine learning model locally, and you can use it in a lot of different ways. So you can just install it kind of as a global package with Python and just use it on the command line. But then a lot of languages also have APIs or bindings to allow you to interact with this as well. In the .NET world, there's one called Whisper.net, which is what I'm using. That basically allows you to do transcription, speech to text, locally. So instead of having to pay OpenAI, 50 cents for a 3-hour long transcribing a 3-hour long stream, I can just use my own compute, which is a plus. Which language are you using? I'm using C#. But I like TypeScript. I've been trying to learn Go a little bit over the last couple months, and that's going well. Sam, how far along are you with this project? For the CLI, it's pretty much done. And I should also say I'm calling this done in terms of MVP. It does the minimal thing that I want it to do. There's obviously features we could add to the CLI, we could have it download the YouTube video or the live, instead of giving a local file, we could also support somebody giving us a URL to a file, or we could also support giving us the link to the video on YouTube and downloading that. So there's features we could add, but it's 100% done from a CLI perspective. I just need to write a CI/CD to publish it, build it and publish it. Now, on the web front, like, because I said I wanted to build a GUI for it, like a Blazor app for it, that's at 0%. I've done no work there. But I do want to do some work there. Which IDE? This is Rider. So Rider is a JetBrains product. If you're familiar with like PyCharm or they have a Java IDE, don't they? They have a JavaScript and a TypeScript IDE called WebStorm, which is pretty good. But yeah, Rider is a nice IDE. It's kind of like Rider is kind of like a competitor to Visual Studio. The only thing I don't like is like is Rider and Visual Studio really like to show you things in like a solution view. And because I use VS Code quite a bit or NeoVim quite a bit, I prefer just for it to show me everything that's in the directory, right? So like the solution view shows you just things that are related to your .NET solution. But then, like, for example, like your license text or README, that won't be visible if you're looking at it from a solution view. All right, so we need to add a folder. Let's see, we need to make a directory called, what is it called? .github/workflows, I think is what it's called. And then we need to add a new one that's called new file. We'll just call it publish. Do you want to add the following file to Git? Yes, I do. Don't ask me this again. I should also like clarify, I'm not an everyday Rider user, so if I'm not navigating this the way you think I should be, there's a reason for that. Butterscotch, I would love to contribute to this, but I'm not C# guy. Yeah, man. Well, you're always welcome to try to. I mean, maybe it's a way to learn C#. I'm 100% certain you could recreate this same type of functionality though in another language for sure. I thought it looked like Android Studio. Oh, interesting. I never used Android Studio, so. But that is interesting. Do you use the ID Vim plugin? Yes, that is what I use, Sam. Which is a very recent thing. Because every time I'd used Rider before, I didn't use Vim Motions. But now that I want to use Vim Motions everywhere, any editor I use, I have to figure out how to set up Vim Motions for it. Is the API for the Whisper model free? No, it's not free. It's paid usage. And that's why. So I originally started out using the OpenAI when I was doing some like initial proof of concept of all this. I was using OpenAI's Whisper API. Well, then I gave it like a legit stream, like a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour long stream, and it was right around 50 cents. Like it was 50 cents cost to transcribe like a 1 hour, 2 hour stream. And so then I was like, well, I'm not going to spend, let's see, if I stream, let's say I stream 5 times a week and I want to chop up all 5 of those streams, that's $2.50. I'm not going to pay $2.50 a week on something that makes me zero money. But now if you're a big streamer, like, and I think that's why this might be a good commercial product, is like if you're a big streamer, and I mean if you're a big streamer, you can probably afford human beings. You can just afford an editor. But maybe if you're in that middle ground where you're not like a Tim the Tap Man, but you're also not like a Stephen Freeborn, you could maybe have a tool like this that's sort of like your shorts editor, Could be useful. And you might be willing to pay for it. Hugo, is this still that AI project? It is. Yeah, it's still. Is it still? Yeah. I haven't been super diligent about working on it, so I haven't made a ton of progress. See you, Stefan. Have a good day, man. Yes, I don't use the Whisper API. Yep, I just run it locally. Yeah. So this project, it's called Whisper.net. It takes care of all that interaction for me. Whisper.net. It's a good library. Yeah. They created. They have a really nice API to fetch the model you want, right? So you can get the model of your choice, because there's different, just like there's different ChatGPT models, there's just different Whisper models. So there's like smaller ones that are more error prone, and there's larger ones that are more accurate. But you're trading time for performance there, or I guess you're trading time to run the inference versus how accurate that inference is. And then they also have a really nice, easy way to process the thing that you want to transcribe. So that's what I'm using. And so I don't pay 50 cents. Butterscotch, if you ever build a web app for this, I would like to help in UI, UX, and the front end part of it. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I was planning on building it in Blazor, which is still C#. And the reason I was planning on building it in Blazor is because I stuck all the kind of core logic in a library project so that I could just reuse it. But from a UI UX perspective, I would, if you have any thoughts on what the UI or what the UX should be, I'd be happy to take them. But yeah, there will eventually be a StreamShorts.web or StreamShorts.Blazor project here. And it will just call basically all the same code that the console app calls. I also realized I haven't really written much. I've done a lot of running my mouth today. And not very much actual productivity. But what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? Damn it, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, we could do, if you want to build a front end in like Vue or something, or React or something, and then we just hook it up to a minimal API. So we could do a Blazor app, and we could do a minimal API, and we could do a SPA that talks to the minimal API. So there's definitely ways to do it. Definitely ways we can make it happen. In the context of this project, what do you use Whisper for? Oh, sorry. I thought I had explained this, but maybe I didn't explain it very well. So, okay, so let's say on my desktop, I have this file here, which is basically, I know that's kind of small, but basically that file is an MP4 downloaded from YouTube of one of my streams. So my app takes in this video and chunks it up into like 2-minute long audio files. You can call them files. It's in memory, so it's just a stream. Then we give those 2-minute long audio segments to Whisper. Whisper then translates the speech in that audio stream to text, which gives us this file. Well, it doesn't give us this file, but it gives us individual pieces of this file, right? So like it will translate this first 2-minute segment. And it does that for every 2-minute segment. I collect all the transcriptions and then I concatenate them together to produce this file that you see here. But But that's what we're using it to do. So we're using it to take audio and turn it into text. And the reason for that is LLMs. I want the LLM to have the text to do the analysis on, right? That's the reason why I need to get it transcribed. I know somebody is gonna say like, well, yeah, but some of these LLMs are multimodal now, so couldn't you just send it the audio? Maybe, but that'd be a lot of requests because these streams are 2 hours long or an hour long, right? So I can't send that whole file to the provider, the LLM provider. So it makes a lot more sense to basically transform the stream into a text representation and have the LLM work on that. I really like the idea of this project. If you publish it, do a little bit of marketing, it would really explode. Maybe. The thing is, it's a very specific use case, right? Maybe. I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm building it to scratch my itch, you know? So if someone else finds it useful, then it'd be wonderful. Hello, Mohammed. How are you? Back again. It's good to see you. I'm currently copying, pasting a workflow. That's what if you wonder what I've been doing. I'm gonna paste this workflow because I've done this before, so I just need to. Like, what I mean is that when I say I've done this before, I mean like I've built and published a console app with GitHub Actions before. So I'm just gonna reuse that same workflow. And then I just need to change the names. Let's see, StreamShorts.com. Oh, I should also rename this file to be like publish console, because I might have other projects in here that need to be published at some point. Yeah, we don't have any tests yet, which we should probably write some tests, but I haven't done that yet. Let's see, we're gonna check it out. We need to add an actions PAT. This is a really cool tool. If you're in the .NET world, Versionize, this is a really nice tool that helps you do semantic versioning. It's pretty handy. Let's see, working dir. I need to replace this. That'll work. And then if it's successful, we will upload our changelog. Let's see, and then if it's a new version, then we're going to publish it. And we're going to publish it for each of the different major operating systems. So we'll publish it for Linux, Mac, and Windows. So we also need to do StreamShorts. I could probably do a replace all, couldn't I? So we could do percent, what is it? Percent S alt gen. No, I don't want to do that. That's going to replace things I don't want to replace, or at least not yet. We could do a mobile app. Yeah, mobile app would be cool. I don't know anything about mobile app development though. I know .NET has Maui, which lets you write cross-platform native apps, but I've never used it. But that'd be cool. A lot of big YouTubers have money to hire editors. If you target small mid YouTubers and if they like the results, they will surely pay for it. Yeah, I mean, it could definitely be helpful for small time YouTubers. Because the thing is, YouTube is just pushing shorts way more than any other segment of content. Like, you can I can just see it in my own statistics. Like, I can spend time making like a proper video and it will get like 20 views. Or I can spend time creating shorts that get hundreds of views. So yeah, being able to repurpose long form content into short form content, I think is a big W. If you want to highlight any word, just go to that word, press star to highlight all occurrences of that. Hold on, what? So go to this, hold on. So go to this word and press star. Why didn't that work for me? Huh. Oh, I see what you mean. You meaning after you do the regex, after you do the find and replace. Yeah, I'm following now. Don't select? Oh. So you're saying I can just go here and push. Oh yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Butterscotch is always teaching me how to be better at Vim motions because I suck at them. I desire to be as good as Butterscotch at some point. This is actually this workflow actually is from another AI project that I worked on earlier this year that I need to go back and it's another AI powered. It's more like that. It's actually not AI powered. It's literally just like a straight up AI wrapper. That makes my life a little bit easier. You can change one word, then go to the next occurrence, and just press star to repeat. So are you saying if I do star S and then I do alt gen, okay, but then how do I Martin, GitHub Actions? Yes, this is going to be I use GitHub Actions pretty much for all of my CI/CD stuff, at least like personally, mainly because it's free, or for open public repos, it's pretty much free. Although I'm not a big fan of YAML, but I make it work. Not like this. Go on the word, press star, do CIW on the current occurrence, press N or capital N to go to next occurrence, press star. Press star, CIW. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty baller. Okay, so let me try to execute this. So we do, okay, so we're star, then we do CIW, then Alt Gen, then I press in. Oh, I guess I have to escape. Oh, I figured it out. Okay, that would have saved me a lot of time. That's money. Okay, let me try it again. Let me practice one more time. So star, I know me practicing them motions is what you guys came to see. Okay, so I'm on the word, CIW, Alt Gen, escape, in, dot, in, dot, in, dot, in. Oh man, I wish I would have figured out what the hell you were saying. I mean, not that it was not. I mean, you were communicating it just fine. I just wish I would have understood what the hell you were saying. I would have been done 10 minutes ago. CIW. Oh, that's money. How did you get so good at them? It was really hard to watch you do it manually. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. How did you get so good at these Vim motions? And you have them all like committed to your brain. It's wild. CIW is a motion to change a word. Well, I'll remember that one for sure. Hello, David. How are you? This ID is Ryder. It's a JetBrains product. Martin was trying to help us too. Martin, thank you very much for trying to help out. Yeah, GitHub Actions is awesome. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing that they've provided. Okay, so I think that's all I needed to do here, really, theoretically. Now I just need to set my secrets. But I think that's it. Should all work. Famous last words. Should all work. Let's go ahead and say git add git commit im sure add console publish GitHub action workflow. Sammy, what are you doing, bro? I'm working on, well, I've been working on building an app to act as like my personal shorts editor. So basically an app that will take my live streams and create shorts from them. I've gotten it to basically an MVP, right? So it works. And so now I'm just writing a GitHub Actions that will publish that app as a single file executable. So it'll basically just be a single file that I can stick in the path, my path variable on my machine, and I can execute it from my terminal. Can you please teach me the basics of HTML? Yeah, I can do that really quick. Although I'm actually over on time, so I do need to probably get back to work. But real quick, I can. So let's see. New file. Whoops, that's not what I want. New file. Text file. HTML. No, I don't want a text file. How do I create a new file? Create new file. HTML. Let's just stick it here on the desktop. Yeah, okay, so real quick, this is your basic structure of an HTML document. Whoops. So you'll declare your doc type as being HTML. You want to have an opening tag. Well, I guess the basics of HTML is composed of open and closing tags. Some tags are self-closing, but for now you can remember that just for the most part, most HTML is structured with open and closing tags. So you always have an opening HTML tag, and then you'll have a corresponding closing one. Then you'll usually have two subtags of that HTML tag. You'll have a header tag, a head tag, and then you'll have a body tag. Head tag is where you put like the metadata for your HTML page, right? Generally, this will also sometimes will contain style information. You'll put like extra links to external files that your HTML can declare, and then the browser will know to load it when it loads your HTML page. Then to author your HTML, you just start adding tags. So there's p tags, which are like paragraph tags. There's heading tags, like this. And then you can put text in there. And then tags have things called attributes. There are built-in attributes like ID. And then there's also attributes that you can sort of make up on your own that are prefixed with data, which are nice because these are accessible in JavaScript. So you can do like data row and then set that equal to, I don't know, some value, right? That's kind of the basics. So you have an HTML file. It's got some tags in it. Those tags have attributes. They can also contain text. You can go crazy. That's Steven's 30 seconds of HTML basics. David, thoughts on GitHub dissolving? Yeah, I was very surprised to see the CEO step down. That was very surprising. Thoughts of it dissolving? I don't think it will dissolve. I think GitHub is too strong of a brand. Oh, also YP, if you want to learn, like if you want like someone to teach you properly about HTML, you should go check out Free Code Camp. I'll put the link in the chat there. Free Code Camp's great. It'll walk you through the basics of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then it'll actually help you build actual projects with those technologies. So you should go check out Free Code Camp. What was I going to say? GitHub is too strong of a brand for Microsoft to dissolve the brand. I think it probably makes sense that Microsoft absorb GitHub the business more, right? It probably doesn't make sense for GitHub to operate independently anymore. It probably makes sense for Microsoft to fold in some of their operations. And what that means for how GitHub develops as we go forward, I don't know. Could be bad, could be good. I think it's going to be mostly good. Like GitHub serves such a large portion of the developer ecosystem. I think Microsoft will do right by everybody, but those could also be famous last words. Dexy, I just started HTML, but it's in Pidgin, a Nigerian language. Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, good luck with it. I always, if people want to learn web development, I always point them at Free Code Camp. I think that's the best place to start. All right, guys. Lunchtime is over, so so I got to dip out here. I know I didn't do much coding today, but I at least got this action running. You should be able to publish my app now, and then I think I'll get started on working on a web interface for it. Yeah. Mohammed, any walkthrough or any video to use your PowerShell profile? I do not have anything. So most of my PowerShell profile is stolen from Scott Hanselman. And like probably over 80% of it is stolen from Scott Hanselman. So if you don't know who Scott Hanselman is, he's like the nicest guy on the internet. Major dad energy. He's wonderful. You should go, subscribe to his blog, subscribe to his YouTube channel. But he has a video where he walks through his PowerShell profile. And so since 85% of mine is his, you probably can get pretty far by watching his videos. It's called, I'll just search Scott Hanselman terminal. This one right here, how to make the ultimate terminal prompt on Windows 11. It's a little old, right? So some of the stuff may have changed, but I would imagine a lot of it's still the same. It's a little long, but he walks you through kind of like setting it up, all the different configurations. You should definitely go check it out. So I'm going to link it for you there, Mohammed. Check out this video to step through profile. There you go. Call me Frey Fireship. I don't have, that's not a command. There's no Fireship command. Martin, you got any open source projects going on? So almost everything I build is open source, meaning it's on my GitHub repo and it's majority of it's under an MIT license, but nothing that I've built that a lot of people use. It's almost everything I build is sort of scratching my own itch, so to speak. I do have one. Let's see, this. So I built an SDK for Anthropic's API that has almost 2,000 downloads on NuGet. But yeah, almost everything I build is I guess you would classify as open source. So people can use it, people can fork it, but nothing that has like tens or even hundreds of users. What else? I mean, there's a lot of stuff I built that I've had a lot of fun building, and has helped me, but not necessarily helped others. Yeah, I got to run because I got a meeting at 3:30. So, Butterscotch, I will see you. Mohammed, thanks for hanging out. Call me Frey. Thanks for sticking around. Martin, good to see you, man. Thanks for chilling with us. I will be back tomorrow, trying to be disciplined with the streams. So if you see me, stop in, say hi. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. If it's already Wednesday for you, have a great rest of your Wednesday. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all.